But anyway, like going down to Puerto Rico. First time we go down to Puerto Rico. I've never been to Puerto Rico before. All the boys tell me how violent it is. They cut you. They burn you with cigarettes. They throw everything at you in Puerto Rico. So I'd never been. I didn't need to go. But now Vince wants to go down to Puerto Rico. And Carlos Colon had the territory there for like 30 or 40 years. So here we come. And I go rolling down to Puerto Rico with Cyndi Lauper with me, right? So I go down to Puerto Rico, and we have the match, and we sell at the stadium. Me and Macho Man go back to the room, and we go walk in his room, and his room is trashed. His room is trashed. And so all of a sudden, I go, oh, my God, let me go to my room. So all of a sudden, I go to my room, and I don't want to say the guy's name, but when I open the door, he's sitting there, and because he's still really active, and he's sitting there with a gun. He said, if you ever come back here, I'm going to kill you. So, okay. I was going back to Tampa. I hauled ass to the airport. I got on an Eastern Airlines flight, the last one out of town, and flew to L.A. I was supposed to be going home to Tampa. About 4 months later, Bruiser Brody goes down there, has a little argument. The booker calls him into the shower, cuts his throat, and kills him.
Jesus Christ.
So that's down there in Puerto Rico.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever heard the Brody story.
The promoter cut his throat and
Well,
killed
he was the
him?
booker. He was one of the invaders, Rodriguez. And Brody was kind of hard to do business with in the ring. He's really stiff and would beat the shit out of you. He wouldn't put anybody over. And he was a big man, 6'8", 330 pounds, in crazy shape. And they wanted to beat him. He was, nah, not tonight, brother.
Wow.
So after the match, they said, hey, Jose wants to talk to you in the shower. Brody went walking in the shower. He jumped him, cut his throat. He died right there. And all the wrestlers that saw it were afraid to go back and testify. So that's wow. So it can get crazy.
That's about as crazy as it gets.
Yeah.
So you guys were the first ones to break those boundaries and kind of barnstorm the whole country like that. Vince is a gangster.
Bro,
that's such a
the
gangster
whole country.
move.
How about going to Germany or South Africa? Because they had wrestling over there too. How about blowing in South Africa and getting challenged by the South African heavyweight champion Wilhelm Ruska, that judo guy? My God, it goes on and on and on. With how crazy it got.
What was that like?
It was different. The good thing was everywhere I went, I had like the crew with me. Except for when I went to South Africa. That was a little different. But everywhere I went, it was always the crew and the WWE 20 or 30 wrestlers that were there, so you felt a lot better.
Right.
I try not to peel off on my own too often.
Right.
Especially when we're walking someone else's backyard that they've been promoting wrestling for 30, 40, 50 years, and all of a sudden you come here.
And they have the same sort of unspoken rules out there?
And we broke them all.
Wow.